Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Singaporean Talks Money. Today we'll be talking more about the virus, about Fed, US, in Singapore, and also about the stability of my job. So, the virus has been around since December 2019, and it has slowly spread throughout the world and also in Singapore. So in Singapore, it became uncontrollable around March when we started repatriating Singaporeans overseas back. So we had a high number of imported cases, with that being our first wave. After that, a second wave of migrant workers in Singapore caught it, and due to their living conditions, the virus really spread rapidly, and our daily numbers were up by quite a lot. So then the government introduced the circuit breaker measures for a month, where we had to work from home and only essential services were allowed. And on 4th of May 2020, which when it was supposed to end, 2 weeks before that, the government further extended it till 1st June 2020. So currently, as of end of May 2020, the United States has the highest number of cases, and it's crazy just to think how this virus has rampaged through everyone's life. So unemployment has hit an all-time high in the US as lockdown and social distancing measures were introduced. So many people have lost their jobs as restaurants, factories cannot be open due to the lockdown, and also because organizations need to cut costs and hence reduce the manpower needed. So with all this unemployment and bad news about the virus, the Fed has had to lower interest rates to encourage spending so that people are more willing to borrow money, spend it, and also to pump more money into the economy. So many have said that the stock market right now is so irrational as the virus creates chaos among us. So the S&P 500 has been going up since the crash in 23rd March 2020, and the Fed has been making large purchases of bonds, US Treasury securities, and agency securities that are backed by bundles of home mortgages. So then as a result, markets that had stopped working smoothly, started to flow again. Banks get more dollars in reserve, and they are more prone to lend money out right now without worrying about depleting their funds, correct? And then such big purchases of securities by the Fed also effectively increase the money supply and drive down the interest rates. So this keeps borrowing costs cheap for those who needs it. Alright, so in Singapore has been affected by the virus just as much. The government has provided many packages to help and also job support schemes. So Singapore, we pride ourselves as being a hub for trading, tourism and medical. So all of these three requires our borders to be open to receive customers and also goods. So during the circuit breaker, there's definitely closure of the borders to tourists, and even people who want to come in for medical, they are strongly urged not to do so. Jobs that are non-essential, for example, can only be done working from home. And so jobs like waitressing, being a makeup artist, and jobs that require face-to-face interaction cannot work unless they are deemed essential, for example, healthcare. So this affected many in Singapore. Even McDonald's in Singapore had to close for a period of time due to the cases involved in their outlets. So about the stability of my job. So my job is an office-bound job, and it currently still looks okay. However, I do worry about it as the outlook for the coming quarters are not looking good. Even my bosses have warned us about the dim future, as the losses are set to be pretty high for the company in the next quarter and for the rest of 2020. So I'm currently in a contract position, which means that my job contract ends about end of 2020 in December. So if by that time the outlook for the company still doesn't look good, they might not renew my contract, and I will also lose my job then. So with this in mind, there's definitely a lot more worry and uncertainty ahead. So how am I spending my money? Right now, I'm definitely holding much more in cash. My monthly regular savings plan with FSM1 is still taking place. I'll be doing another video on it, so watch out. But individual stock purchases, on the other hand, will need to wait, as I would like to build up a more robust emergency fund. Recently, I've also been contributing more to my families as groceries and purchases have gone up slightly. So the outlook is pretty bleak right now. So everyone, stay safe and take care. And most importantly, remember to like, subscribe, and thumbs up for support. Thank you.